Welcome to GSL peeps, and today another action car. So we've got a police replica that I've actually worked on the last, maybe it's about 2 years ago now. I was doing it for British modified car group based in the northeast, and I think we are basically they go a bit quite further than just northeast. I definitely didn't do the vinyl. That's not mine. I didn't wrap the doors or anything. That was done after that. But I did the lights and the siren and stuff like that. So I've installed flashings in the back, as you can see, the flashing. And then there were a bit more in the front. So, and this is all that's left to work. There's used to be another pair in there, but as you can see, they're all yellow, rotten and horrible, and it's probably just green monsters living somewhere, but unfortunately they're not working. And then obviously I've got the big light as well. There's like tons of mods. There were, I can't even remember, and there's bloody freaking tons. So yeah, so this is what I was installing. Alright, and yeah, cool. It still works. Get out of my way. Fucking, it still kind of works, but upgrades have need to be done. Well, are going to get done. So basically, what is going in the front grille? We're changing these for the proper flashy lights. They're all going to be triggered, linked, and stuff like that and whatnot. And then these spare ones that are given for free will be going like down the bottom here somewhere. So we'll be chopping the bumper square out and installing them from the inside, and then making all the wiring and the harness, everything together. So that is for the lights. Just the front ones are getting done, the back ones are staying. Probably I might just keep the back ones because they still work. So then what we have getting for this project is a proper CB radio. As you can see, this came from America. I got this working, but the one problem is there is nothing coming from it. So I've checked all the things in here, everything is in. I've checked all them positive things. So God knows, we'll have to try. And another thing is that came with this horn thing that's supposed to be connected together. But as you will see, it's been freaking battered to bits. And I've already snapped 2 bolts in there, which I'm gonna have to re-drill out. I've managed to remove 1, but them 3 are not coming out. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna be putting these nuts on and welding them, and hopefully with all the heat and everything it will go loose and we'll be able to get them out. So then I can, or just snap them, then I'll be re-drilling it all anyways. So, but I can't use this as it is, as the cable here is all completely damaged and corroded. So this has to be done. So basically, yeah, this is job number 1. Try to get that out, take it all apart and clean it and see if I can make that thing to work. So if that thing is gonna be working, it's gonna get installed in the place of the factory head unit. So I will be making a little bit of a razor for it, so it comes out closer to the front and just to make it nice and neat. And then obviously you can put your radio port there where the one that I've installed, not so well, the one that I've installed before is. But there is no point in me start wrecking the front face if that thing doesn't work. So then we'll be basically, because he wants to upgrade that because that one's been messing. Something was going on, he doesn't know. But it wasn't the great one anyways, it was just a cheap one. I think like 10 or 20 freaking quid. What do you want with a stupid little thing? So basically I'm gonna put you down on the time lapse and we'll crack on with the freeing up that bitch, and then from then on I'm gonna clean it all up, tidy it all up, spray it up and get it all ready for there. Well, basically before I even do any spraying or anything, I want to make sure that it works, that I can tidy it, then I will be tidying it up. So yeah, freaking whatever, let's get down to business. So, I managed to pop it open, and this is what it all looks like inside, like absolutely corroded to hell. So I'm gonna have to kind of clean it up, but the good news is that it works. It fucking works. So yeah, the thing works. I suppose that's a good thing. But really the worst part is to try and clean all this stuff up, because I need to renew these cables up from here somehow. So I'm gonna have to take it out, sit down and clean it all up as best as I possibly can, really, and then basically kind of put it back together. I still need to drill out 1, 2, I believe, screws that are sunk in there. So I don't know how the hell am I gonna get them out, but I'm gonna have to get them out somehow. So before I can even get to fitting that, because I need to make sure that all this, well, yeah, it works, but you're not going to be fitting it like that, really, are you? You need to bring it up to sort of good look, at least, so that when it goes in and gets wet again and stuff like that, it just doesn't get worse, and then it's going to break. And if it's going to break, then it's not going to work. If it's not going to work, then what's the point in even fitting it? So if you know what I mean. So gonna get out of this. I'm not gonna be filming. I'm just gonna sit down and clean. It'll probably take me quite a bit of time, but I'll basically show you the cleaned up and upgraded version. Hopefully I managed to get it done. So yeah, I'm gonna give us an update. I'm gonna get down cleaning all this crap out. Well, things don't go always as planned, and I had a bit of fun with this horn after I finished the video, because I thought I'm going to give it a good run for its money sort of thing, and guess what? It stopped fucking working. I wonder why. When I was trying to take everything apart, that is the actual speaker that was supposed to sit in there, and these two things, these are the actual pins in there where the cable's going through. Basically all the cables are rotten. You can see they're like all green and horrible, and this cone thing is actually seized into the place. So basically what happened is they just dropped it out as I was putting current through. What happens is same as in your car, basically. When the speaker starts going crackly and doesn't start working and it goes on and off, it's intermittent, and then all of a sudden it just goes dead. Well, basically that's what happened with the Siren slash speaking or whatever you want to call it with this thing, because, well, this is all literally the Siren when I was taking it all apart, like fucking it was just all rotten inside. But I figured out that the normal speaker actually works just perfectly fine. So although the guy has lost out on a bit of money on that stuff, you could get it cheaper without buying the thing. You could just buy I don't know, there's these plastic freaking horns, the waterproof and everything. So that's the route we are going down now. So we're gonna have to order one of them, get it in, and then basically get it all fitted. I did think about actually reusing the old one. I thought maybe it will be alright, but the old one is the whole shebang, so it's not just the speaker. So, and it was giving the problems, and it's not that loud either. So what I thought is, it's like, scrap that, it's all gonna get taken out and everything, and we'll be fitting a new one, brand new one, and done deal. No more messing around sort of stuff. Once that is gonna be in, that's waterproof, there's no electricals going to it, not like at the moment. I've got positives and negatives going in there. It's all underneath here. I don't know if you will be able to see. The ground was actually rotted itself off as well, because it's just not, let's see there, see the ground, just the head of the screw that I was using, it just literally rotted itself off, and it's not really ideal place for electricals to be installed and stuff like that. But I did do it because I had no other option, and this is what we had. And yeah, so basically it did last for so long, but that's basically about it. It's not, it doesn't work. I mean, well, it still kind of works, but it's not the best, if you know what I mean. So, but he wants it to go louder, so you've got to do some sort of changes. So what we'll be doing is we'll be, now the next mission is really to, since I know that all of this is working perfectly fine, the radio part and everything, so I'm gonna have to start thinking about, well, obviously redoing the cables and that, and then the main part is now to fit it inside the dash. So it's gonna go inside there. Give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna disconnect all this. It's just quite easy. You just pull all this stuff off. If you got a Dodge like this, pull all this stuff off and then just lift it off, and it will just come out, and then you will be able to get out, and there are all these connectors and whatnot, so you just disconnect them and that's it. So I'm gonna get this all out, and I'm kind of roughly show you how I want it to be fitted in here. So as you can see now, it's within the factory head unit location, right? Don't mind this cable, it's just a power cable that I'm gonna have to run to the front battery. This is like the main sort of power feed for it. But right, so the whole idea, the whole freaking idea, get away cables. So the whole idea is to have it where the factory head unit used to be. And as you can see here, I suppose I could get away with just kind of sort of screwing it into that section there, but I want to bring it a bit further out so it sits more nicer in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this for 5 and I'm going to show you. I'm going to try and put that on, sort of align it so I can kind of visualize it, what it's going to look. The only problem is that I am going to have to shave these pins there that are normally clips in the hedge in it. But let me show you what it's gonna kind of roughly look. So as you can see, the panel has gone back on at the moment, and I don't have to do any cutting or anything. But for me to bring it all the way up, I need to first of all bring it up from there, from the back, and then I need to make some sort of panel so that you don't see none of that crap behind it. So like a fascia. And what I'm thinking for the fascia side is to either get a bit of perspex glass, perspex window, and basically outline by the outline cut it out like it is around the head in it, like a little bit bigger. So once I screw down this part here, it all screws like together, then plastic panel goes over the top, probably black or something like that. And yes, this might will be sitting out a little bit, but it's not gonna see this horrible sort of gap, if you know what I mean. So I can really, in a way, I can just shave them off and can bring it up all the way down. So what I'm gonna need about quite a bit of lift it's gonna have to be. So I might even use wood, but I'm not sure that the wood will be strong enough from that thing. I believe I've got green plastic that I can chop up, because what I want to do is I don't want to really do a full panel behind there because I've got no need for it. All I need is I need to raise it out, and basically I've got a gap either side. So if I get squares, so I can mount the squares till about there in the factory location, leaving there, and then yeah, I could probably try and put them in a factory location and bring it up about 1 centimeter, and then with the face and everything it should work out. Well, basically I'm gonna go find some stuff that I need to bring it out, and then kinda align it, really try to align it properly where it needs to go, and hopefully it works out. So I'm gonna give you an update on that. But by the look of it, that's the only way I'm gonna be able to. Then I'm gonna have to obviously feed this power cable into the battery location, which is in the stupid wheel well. Why did you put it in there? I don't know, but like there was enough space in this car to put it somewhere else. And obviously all the speaker cables and everything gonna have to go in there too. So I've had this little fuse holder for lights and etc sort of stuff. So, and then I made it into the relay, so it could have been switched on and off completely from there, from that part, from all the controls. So that's what it is, kind of really by the law. You have to, if the police officer stops you and checks all the buttons and the work, it's not legal. But if he stops you and checks all the buttons and they're don't work, and you've got a kill switch somewhere, like, so you cannot sort of quickly reach and switch it off, which in my case I put it in the far corner of the glove box, so you have to stop to actually switch it on. So that sort of things you have to do. But yeah, so I might have to even renew the fuse holder. I'm gonna have a look, I'm gonna have a good look through, work out everything what's gonna happen, because the fuse holder horn's not gonna have to need it, but the fuse holder is missing the cap, which is not really ideal. Basically, I'm gonna have to figure it all out. But what I will do is I'll sort it all out, and then I'll give us the next step, which is more than likely gonna be the fascia installation. So, well, I'll give us an update in a second. So let's see what I come up with. So the second has turned into a day, and basically I've got the next step. The guy who gave me all this, who owns the Britmod car, he said, well, why don't we use these buttons here? Because these buttons are for the lights. Why don't we use them to incorporate them with them lights that are going in the front? And I thought, well, hold on, yeah, that would be a great idea. And it's gonna make my life easier, because I just got run wires to here. And that's it. So, on that note, I have been playing with them lights, the flash, they do everything. They are spot on and they work from there. The only thing is that you have to press twice to turn it on and off to change the mode, because normally it's just like a trigger, but I'm just incorporating everything to one. And the other two buttons, what I'm gonna use them for, because we are having these lights going in the side of the bumper. No, not that one. Since they're going on there, so I'm gonna be wiring them a bit separately from them front ones, so you can have them flashing differently from the side to the front. And basically the same principle, this will turn them on, and this one on and off to change the mode. So turn on front, turn on rear, change the mode, change the mode. Happy days. So that's cool. Well, basically what I have done already, I've taken off the front grille, which is quite easy to do if you don't know how to. You just undo all these little clips and then it just pops off. You see, this is my old wiring, and if you look inside, this one looks alright. This one looks alright. Now kind of look alright. Oh, that one is a green one. Green monster's living in there. So all this wiring is gonna go bye-bye. And I'm gonna be cutting this section out there, that out, all of that out, because one light is gonna go in there, one's gonna go in there, one's gonna go in there, one's gonna go in there. Pretty much similar what I had these on. And as you can see, it's all rotten after 2 years. It's all gone green and rusty. Rusty and crusty, you can see there. It's all corroded. So we'll be doing, see you later. So basically now we're gonna go on the time lapse. I'm gonna strip all this old stuff off, and basically we'll be installing the new lights. And that's gonna be the sort of first step for the light installation. Once I finish them, then we'll peel the bumper off, install all the lights in the bumper on the side. We'll run all the wiring and everything. We'll have to figure out where everything's going to be going, and then all I will have to do is install that, run all the cables through and out, and basically connect everything up. Obviously the most challenging part will be to install that unit in there, but I don't think it's going to be that hard. Well, we shall find out, because I want to get done something, but I want to run all the cables to there so everything's ready to plug in once I sort out the fascia part and the head unit, the radio, the head unit, whatever. And obviously the rear end one will be the speaker install, the megaphone or whatever you want to call it, Siren, because that's going to be the last bit what I am going to be installing, because that hasn't arrived yet. But basically, another bad story thing is that this is the end of the part 1 of the light and the Siren installation on this car. Well, it is what it is. But there is part 2 coming, obviously, without a doubt, and just look out for it and you will definitely find that. So all I can say is thanks a lot for watching, like and share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the part 2.